Guys, I'm going to run through my official bets for UFC Sydney, Volk versus Lopes. So we're going to start the main event. I'm playing Volkanovski by decision. Got it at $3. So I think if he can use his footwork and he's got the better skills, I think he can outstrike Lopes and win another decision, just like he did last year. I think he's not going to finish Lopes. Lopes has got a very solid chin. He's extremely tough. So yeah, I see Volk getting a decision, and I've got 0.75 units on that. And then I'm also playing Lopez decision no bet or finish only. So if Lopez gets a finish, I cash the bet. If the fight goes the distance, I get a refund. I got that at $1.80, and I've also got 0.75 units on that. So yeah, that's how I'm playing the main event. Next up, we got the co-main. I've got a few bets on this one. So first up, I'm going BSD to get the win, with Quinlan to get the win and Rouston to get the win. That's a three-leg multi. The odds are $1.90, and I got 1 unit on that. So yeah, I think BSD is going to get his wrestling going in this matchup. Hooker struggles against wrestlers. We've seen that in the past. He just got smoked by Armin Sarukian on the ground. I cashed big in that fight, had Armin by sub, and I'm not overthinking it. I think BSD can get him down and probably submit him or KO him on the ground. So yeah, um, we'll talk about the other legs later for that multi, but yeah, a three-legger with BSD. Then I'm taking BSD to go under 2.5 rounds. I got 1 unit on that, and the odds were $1.57 when I placed that one. So yeah, I think BSD is probably going to get a finish, but the under also covers if Hooker can get the upset with a KO or there's an injury or some shit. Um, Hooker is a good striker. It is MMA. He could catch BSD with something on the feet and knock him out. So yeah, taking the under 2.5. I see this as a violent fight. I don't think it's going the distance. Then my third bet with this fight, I've got BSD to get one takedown in round one, and then I'm taking Ralston to win, Quinlan to win, and then in the boxing, Shakur Stevenson to go over 10 rounds. So it's a very high level fight, and Shakur, he's a very good boxer, but he's not a big hitter. So I think this fight's going to go the distance. All those together, it's $1.77 odds, and I got 1 unit on that. So like I said, I think BSD is going to get his wrestling going, and I think he can get a takedown in round one at a pretty high percentage. Moving on, um, Fizz versus Ruffy. Just going to enjoy this fight. It's a hard fight to call. I like both guys. I think both guys are very good. No bet on that one for me. So my next action, the Taito Ivasa versus Taliesin fight. I did sprinkle a small bet on Ty by knockout round 1, 2 just for fun, but that's not an official pick. My main bet for this fight, I've got the fight to end in round 1 or 2, and I've put that with Billy Elikana to win. So this is a two-leg multi, and the odds are $1.85. I got 1.25 units on it. So yeah, I think both guys, Taliesin or Ty, are live for a finish in the first 2 rounds. They're both big hitters, and I don't think both are very good defensively. So I see someone getting finished in the first 2 rounds. And then the second leg is Billy Elikana. I think he's just a more well-rounded guy. I think he can get takedowns, and Tafa's shown that he's really bad on the ground. So those two together, two-leg multi, Billy and Ty fight to end in the first 2 rounds. Then I'm also taking in the Billy fight, um, Billy to get one takedown. It's $1.60 odds. I got 1 unit on that, and I've got Billy. to get one takedown and a submission. The odds of 420 for that. I thought that was very good. Half a unit on that. I think Billy is a lot better grappler, and it's a clear path for victory for him because Tafa has shown that his ground game is trash. Tafa, he's a dangerous striker though. So I think Billy, if he's smart, he'll go for takedowns. Then we'll move on to the earlier fights. I'm taking Finney for the upset. I got him at $2.30 odds, 0.75 units. Then I'm taking Yeezer for the win at $1.50, 0.75 units. So yeah, I think Finney, both guys are good wrestlers, but I think Finney's just more physically strong, and I like that he's training with Daniel Cormier now. Yeezer, I think both guys are good grapplers in this matchup, but I think Yeezer, I like his striking a bit more, and I like his reach advantage. So yeah, generally when there's two grapplers, um, they can neutralize each other a lot of the time. So I'll take the better striker. Then I like in the road to UFC, I'm taking Don Marfan money line, $1.67, 0.75 units. I've just been winning a lot with Don Marfan during the series, so I'm sticking with him, even though he's a favorite in this one. They're both grapplers, but I see Don Marfan just outworking him with his pace and pressure. He's got great cardio. Um, I like the overs for the Don Marfan fight, so I've got two bets. I've got one bet is Don Marfan over 1.5 rounds with Yeezer over 1.5 rounds. That's $1.77 odds. So I think both these fights likely go over 1.5 rounds because they're both mostly grapplers, these fighters. So there'll be a lot of grappling exchanges, and I think they're solid enough grapplers that it will be difficult to submit each other. So yeah, I like those two fights to go over 1.5 rounds. I've got half a unit on that. And then I'm taking Don Marfan over 1.5 rounds with Finney over 1.5 rounds for the same reason. I like taking the overs when it's a lot of wrestling and grappling. So yeah, that's 1.71 odds. I got 0.75 units on that one. I'll put all my bets up at the end. So then the Nakamura versus Sebastian. I'm going Nakamura, only a small bet, half a unit. The odds are 2.1. I see this as a 50-50 fight. Um, I'm just taking Nakamura because of the odds, really, because he's an underdog, and I see it as a 50-50, so I'll take the dog. Then I'm taking the Chinese guy, Salarung Gobo, with Quillen. I got those two combined. I think it was $1.60. I got 0.75 units on that. And then the first fight, I'm taking Namsarai for the win at 1.8 odds, 0.75 units. So yeah, that's all my bets. There's a lot of bets, but you can see the unit size is not too crazy big. There's a lot of fights, and yeah, it's going to be a fun card. Hopefully, get some good wins. Let me know what you guys think and who you're taking in this UFC card.